All clips in this video were streamed on Twitch. Check the links in the description. What the fuck is up, ya buttercups? I'm Pizza Meister, and today we will be looking at the LMGs in Rainbow Six Siege from worst to best. This list is based off of my opinion, and if you have any changes, let me know in your comments. Still pretty new to this YouTube stuff, so hopefully this video will turn out better than the last one. Anyway, let's get into the video. In the worst spot on my list is Capateo's M249. The LMG isn't bad. It is the worst in my opinion, but it's still an automatic rifle, still gonna do its job, right? It's sometimes pick on Capateo because his AR is so bad, but there are some major issues with the M249, such as the fire rate, because it's 650 rounds per minute. It's pretty slow in Siege. It does make it more accurate, which is good, but that's still really slow. And it takes a really long time to reload because it's got that big box magazine. And if you're like me and you like to reload after every time you shoot the weapon, it's gonna get you caught up a lot more than it should. Next is Zofia's LMGE. This LMG is pretty similar to the M249, but it has a faster fire rate and an extra 50 bullets for a total of 150. It's a pretty good LMG. One's drawback is the higher recoil, but it's still okay. It's not as good as the other ones in my opinion, but you can use it, but it does get overshadowed by her AK by a lot because the AK is so good. Following that, we have Ying's Type 95. This LMG is pretty good. It has a slower fire rate, same as the M249, and okay ADS time. But unlike the M249, it has a drum mag instead of the box magazine, allowing for quicker reloads just in case you get caught in a situation where you have to reload. It's going to be a lot better to have a quick reload than a longer reload. Next come Fuse's and Finka's 6P41. This is a good all-around LMG. Decent fire rate, decent damage, slower reload, minimal recoil, kind of your basic LMG. If you want that classic LMG experience, this is the LMG for you. I enjoy it, however it does get overshadowed by Fuse's AK-12 and Finka's Spear because those are pretty good assault rifles, and LMGs are usually less picked in Siege. But if you are looking for a pretty good LMG on Finka or Fuse, this is the one to go for. Taking third on my list today is IQ and Amaru's G8A1. This LMG is essentially an AR with a drum mag. It has a fast fire rate and decent recoil. It's really good at more aggressive playstyles, pushing the objective a little bit harder, especially with Amaru, just right into objective. You want to play it more like an assault rifle that just has those extra bullets, sort of like you would with Lion. It works well with IQ and Amaru, works well with their kids, which makes it even better pick for those characters. Following that in second is Gridlock's M249 Saw. Now this might seem like a weird placement based off of the other M249 being at the bottom of the list, but the Saw variant comes with a stick magazine instead of a box magazine, meaning the reload on this weapon is way faster than it is on the normal M249. The playstyle works with Gridlock as well, because she can smoke off an objective, cover it in track stingers, plant the diffuser, and then hold it off with a suppressing weapon if she needs to fall back, which is really good if you want to get the plant down and hold it. One quick honorable mention before we get to our top spot is Tachanka's LMG. As of making this video, the rework has not come out yet, and his LMG is still his gadget. With the rework coming, it becomes his primary, and it looks pretty good with all its breaching capabilities. As of right now though, the first shot recoil is really high, plus you have to be stationary with, and it's not technically a weapon you can pick, so I'm not going to put it on the list, but if I had to put it on the list, it would probably be at the bottom just because of how high that first shot recoil. So if you hit your first shot in the head, you're good, but if you're missing, you're going like 2 feet above their head right after with the second bullet. It's It's really bad, but maybe with the rework, it'll be better. And for the top spot today, we have Maestro's Alda 556. This LMG has been nerfed many times, but is still really good, and I put it on the top of the list. It's an 80 round bullet hose, and the main draw to it is that it's the only LMG on defense. You can put a lot of pressure on the attackers with this LMG, and it works really good as Maestro being an anchor. When this weapon came out, it was one of the best guns in the game because it had an ACOG on defense and it had the best hipfire in the game. And even though it has lost these things such as its hipfire and its ACOG, it's still a really good weapon, one of the best weapons in the game, and definitely the best LMG in the game. And that is today's video. Give it a like if you liked it, sub if you're new, and comment any changes you would make in the comments. I will see you in the next one.